revenge against Tom Brady. Keep on rolling in Buffalo. First, though, I'm sorry, Skip, we are going to dive deep into that Cowboys-Bears game from last night. It was another test and another loss for the Cowboys. After jumping out to a 7-point lead, the Bears took it to Dallas by putting up 24 unanswered. Dak and the Cowboys rallied late, 17 points in the fourth quarter, but too little, too late. Dallas falls to 6-7 on the season, but the Cowboys do still remain in first place in their division. Shannon, will the Cowboys you saw last night be able to win the NFC East?
The Cowboys that I saw last night, Skip, they might not win another game if they play like that. Skip, that was abysmal. That was very, very disappointing, considering Jerry's tried some of everything to turn this thing around. Skip, if you look at the Cowboys, it seems like the last 2 weeks, the first 15, let's say first 15, 20 plays are scripted. Now, last night, what we saw, Skip, that was the longest drive in terms of as far as plays and time of possession that someone has scored on an opening drive.
I think it's in the last 15 NFL seasons.
Let that sink in. So what was it? It's like 17 plays, almost 9 minutes. And after that, they did absolutely nothing. So what it tells me is that they have a great game plan because the team has an idea what they think because they scripted the plays. But after that, Skip, they don't make any adjustments.
Yep.
We saw that. Now, this is the second week in a row we've seen this, Skip.
That is true.
They open up against Buffalo, great drive, go right down the field.
Yep.
They open up against last night against the Bears, they go right down the field.
They did.
The defense goes to the sideline, makes adjustment. It seems like Kellen Moore does not make adjustments. And boom. And this is what we got, Skip. That was very disappointing considering all the talk. Remember, Skip, he got chippy at practice. There's a lot of chippiness going on. There was a lot of pushing and talking. And Dak said, we had done enough of talking. Well, Dak maybe need to do some more talking. We're going to talk about him a little later. Skip, it's Amari Cooper. Because 1 minute he's on the sideline, he's like, oh, I can't make it. And then he runs, ooh.
He's kicking his foot up in the air like, oh, my foot.
You saw that too, huh?
My foot.
You saw that too, huh?
I came up lame, man. I can't go.
Yeah, you saw that. The first half, 1 reception, 15 yards in the first half. Second half, 5 for 68, and we know all of a sudden he's playing really well. Skip, I'm so disappointed in the Cowboys, Skip, because maybe we need to stop this. Pro Football Focus, Skip Bayless, and all these other analysts, stop saying the Cowboys are the most talented team. Because we already know talent alone does not win you a championship. Because what is telling me, okay, they might be talented, but they're not playing. There's a disconnect somewhere. And I told Jerry, you need to stop talking because they're not listening to you. You've already threatened to fire everybody. Then they're not listening to you. You've already threatened to fire everybody. Then you put your arms around Jason and tell him that's your life, that's your football lifer. And now you're resolute. Skip, I told you this was happening. I said, you're not going to make the playoffs. The Eagles squandered an opportunity last week because they could have won last week, win this week, now they're in first place, but they didn't happen. They're going to tie you up this week. You guys are in a tailspin. The Rams are going to come and beat you. I'm telling you, I'm just going to go. The Rams are going to come and beat you. But where you messed up at, Skip, was the kickoff. When you went there, you weren't prepared to play that game. That's disappointing. That's what y'all put on TV, and I had to watch it. I loved every minute of it, though. But I had to watch that.
You probably turned up the sound.
No, I didn't turn up the sound, Skip. I was like, ooh.
Okay, maybe you just turned up last night, right?
I did turn up. Me and old Johnny, our stage manager, going to hit that bottle after.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. They only made 7 of them, so I hope Johnny don't hit it too hard.
Well, we don't have a show tomorrow, so maybe you can get away with it.
Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Today, I cannot fight back. But I am warning you, it ain't over.
No.
We still have a long way to go, especially when it comes to the NFC least. Because unfortunately or fortunately, somebody has to win this division.
Right.
And somebody's going to get a home playoff game by default. Somebody is going to be the lesser of two evils between Dallas and Philadelphia.
Two lessers of evils.
Well, but somebody's going to be the lesser.
Right.
And you know who I think that somebody will still be. But I am here to admit publicly, I'm not in my right mind right now because I am so worn out from watching my team fail to take off. I keep waiting for the quote-unquote most talented team in the NFL, the team that every pregame show going into every game I watch, they all pick Dallas. It just goes across. Who you got? Dallas. Oh, it's Dallas, 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 Dallas. They all, oh, it's Dallas.
We're the smart ones. Who did we pick?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Bears.
Okay, we both picked the Bears.
Exactly. We smart.
But I keep waiting for that moment of ignition, that launch, that one defining moment in which they finally hit on all their many cylinders. And the NFL collectively sits back and says, uh-oh, here they come. I keep waiting for that moment.
Skip, you've had that the last 3 weeks. You've had national televised games.
I keep telling you, I'm on the edge of my seat, and then I'm finally on the floor waiting for that moment. And it's excruciating to me. And I'm worn thin. I'm worn down to the bone where I can't. I've tried every jinx breaker known to man. One of Ernestine's friends sent me a pair of cowboy socks, which I usually wouldn't wear. So last night I said, you know what? Maybe that's it. I'll try my cowboy socks. No. Last night, of all the games they've played all year, was the most disappointing, frustrating, teeth-gnashing, hand-wringing display of the entire year, to the point that I could barely watch the end of it because I did predict yesterday that the Bears would win simply because there's no urgency. There's no reason that you had to go win that game. It was not do or die.
Right.
Boy, Jason Garrett lit a fire under his team last night, didn't he? But I thought they would lose a close game. I didn't see that coming because you didn't see that coming.
No. I thought it would be. Definitely thought it would be closer than that. That was total domination.
I did not see Mitchell Trubisky's offense scoring 24 unanswered points. Think about that. 24 unanswered after that opening drive. 24 unanswered points. And I did not see Dak Prescott's offense, number one in the NFL, after the opening drive, listen to this, go punt, missed field goal. Was that not predictable?
Yep.
Missed field goal, punt, and punt. Those are the next 5 possessions after that opening drive.
Right.
That was against a Bears defense, once vaunted, that was missing Roquan Smith, who went out early. Prince Amukamara couldn't go for the whole game.
Trevathan.
They didn't have Danny Trevathan, and they haven't had Akeem Hicks for a while.
Right.
Okay, so those are 4 really key pieces. Like, if I had to rank pieces on that defense outside of Khalil Mack,
right.
That might be my top 5.
Yeah.
It might be.
Well,
right?
Hicks is 2, Trevathan is 3.
Yeah, I know. I got you. What an embarrassment that was.
It was.
So, I'm going to admit to you, did I lose some confidence in my team last night? You better believe I lost some confidence. But I still believe my team is better than the team you picked. I just believe Dallas is better than Philadelphia. The same Philadelphia that went to South Beach and face planted in front of the Miami Dolphins. They had the easiest closing schedule in all of football, and they lost the easiest game on that closing schedule at Miami. And I am not going to be surprised if your Eagles, or Beagles as I call them, if they don't blow another game, either to the Giants and Eli, they got to play them twice, the Redskins at Washington, the Redskins have come alive with a little bit of a running game, or obviously December 22nd, Dallas at Philadelphia. Of all the things I trust, to your point, do I believe that my team will beat the Rams in 10 days? They got 10 days to get a little healthier for this game. Maybe to get Jeff Heath back. Maybe to get Leighton Vander Esch back. Maybe to get Antoine Woods back if he's eligible to play. So maybe they would be a little healthier going into that game with this 10-day break, the mini bye. Do I believe that? No, I don't. I have no evidence. I have no logical reason to believe they're going to beat the Rams.
Right.
The Rams seem to come back to life at Arizona, and we'll see how they fare against Seattle.
Right.
But the point is, none of that matters. I'm going to say it again. It doesn't matter except for confidence and momentum. Again, traditionally in this league, you have to, as Coach Tom Landry used to preach to me, you have to streak, was his word. You have to streak through December. It's the only way to go win the Super Bowl. You streak. You get on a Super Bowl roll.
Right.
Well, they're unrolling. They're falling backward.
Unraveling.
Okay, they are unraveling right before your very eyes. So what if they lost the game to the Rams, which I think they will? So that would mean they would have lost 4 straight, 5 of 6, and 8 of 11 going to Philadelphia for the big showdown game. Do I think they can dredge it back up and suddenly, is there a switch to flip inside that psyche? Yeah, I still believe there is one. They've always played pretty to very well at Philadelphia. They play very well within the division. They're still undefeated, believe it or not, in the division.
Right.
So do I believe that they can flip whatever that deep, dark switch is that's hidden down inside? Yeah, I do.
Yes, Skip, but you keep saying that you believe they can. But you had to be so disappointed because maybe for the first time all year, all of your phases were awful. Normally we see the offense play really well and the defense play bad.
Okay.
The defense play good, the offense play
Like
bad.
I said, it was the most frustrating game of the year, most disappointing.
Skip,
Look.
Mitchell Jackson looked good last night. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky. I thought I was thinking about Lamar Jackson. Mitchell Trubisky.
You mean you mean Lamar Trubisky? He's Lamar Trubisky. My defense turned him into Lamar Trubisky last night. They did.
Skip, how do you let Lamar Jackson should be the only quarterback currently playing that can juke a DB out of his shoes? Mitchell Trubisky, I think it was Woods. Was that Woods?
Antoine Woods. I mean, Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Shook him out of his shoes, Skip.
He did. I thought he shook the whole secondary out of its shoes.
I'm like, really?
23 yards right through my heart.
But Skip, we talked about him now. We didn't think, and I still don't think he has the kind of mobility that Josh Allen, but you have to pay him attention because he can.
He is somewhat athletic.
Yes.
He is. And he's a big kid.
And what did he do? There are 2 occasions they had him on 3rd down, and what did he do? He escaped the pocket and pick up 20 on one and pick up 7 on another, and it's a 1st down. Come on, Cowboy. Chris Richard.